And I'm going to be showing you how to make a slide for the Veterans Day slideshow, and that has special effects on it. Here's a few examples real quick of what you're going to be looking for. Notice there's different textures in these boxes. I'll go through them again really quickly so you can see the different textures. So when you're in Photoshop, you want to go ahead and create a new file, and the new file's dimensions needs to be 16 by 9 inches. Put your first and last name. And let's just call it Vets Day 1. And this one is going to be on a screen, so we want the resolution to be 72 and RGB color. And once you have that, and you can go ahead and create that. And then you're going to find a picture online, and then you're going to drop that picture into your slides, make the right size. And just remember, when you first drop it in, you can change the size. Make sure that this link is turned on. I'm going to go ahead and stretch that so it's the right size of my slide. I'm pretty close there. I want to keep the man's head in, so I think I'm going to just move it down a little bit. Here we go. So there's my check mark. There's my original picture, and I want to duplicate my background, so Command J. And this one I dropped in a picture, so it might not let me do anything. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to change that from being, if you look over here, it's a smart object. I want to unsmart that object. So if I take the eraser and click on it, I can take off the smart object, and now you can see in my layers that the layer is just a regular layer. So I'm going to go ahead and take my guides, and I have snap to on my guides, so you can see it snapped to the middle. And we want to try to make as even dimensions as possible on this. And we want more than 8. So I'm going to go ahead and do, I believe I'm going to do, what's that? That's 12. So it looks like I'm going to do 24. So I'm making 24 boxes with my guides. And there are my 24 boxes. Those are not all even. I could make them a lot more even, but I'm just going through this quickly. So I'm going to duplicate this layer again, Command J, and I have this layer right here. Now I'm going to take my rectangular marquee tool, and I'm just going to highlight several of those boxes by holding Shift. And as I hold Shift, it will give me more than one box to do. I will tell you right now, since this particular graphic has a lot of things out of focus, you're not going to get as neat of images when you do this. Now, if I push Command J, if you look at this layer right here, it only has the ones that I just selected on it. So that's kind of great. And so on this layer, I want to make sure I have it selected. I'm going to go up to the filter gallery, and there's so many filters. There's lens correction, there's liquify, there's vanishing point. I like to start down here in the stylize and find a type of thing to put on there. So here's what it's going to look like, and I can make it look, this one is going to make it look like the wind blew through. This one's going to take some of it and put it in another one. I can go from the right or the left. I'm going to do the blast, and I push OK. And then do you see how it made it look like it is filtering? Now I will say, if I did this one, I would probably want to keep this one on top of other layers, because then when I make the other layers, this won't be covered up. So I'm going to go ahead and do some more. Hopefully I'll remember what boxes I chose, so I'm going to pick some different boxes here. I told somebody in class 2 that if you're choosing somebody's head or something really important, like maybe this apple here or whatever it is they're getting, then when you do the special effects on that one, I wouldn't do much special effects on it, just so that we still kind of see what's happening in that image. So here are my layers. And I'm going to go ahead and do a special effect on that, but nothing too much. So here's Filter Gallery, and I'm going to go to Stylize, and I don't know what I'm going to do on this one. I'll do... Sorry, I'm just thinking that I don't want to do too much to it, so I'll diffuse it. And here you're going to see how it changes, and it's really not changing too much in this particular case. So I'm going to not do that one. Anyway, you're going to go through. You just want to make sure that that one is not done too much too. Again, before I put the stylize on it, I forgot to tell you, I Command J, and now that layer again has it. You'll just do all your different layers like that, layer them on top of each other, and then when you're finished with that, you will go over to the text, and then you're going to want to write over the top of it some, happy Valentine's Day. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to get this done quickly. So I'll pick a font that I like. There's one. And then I will probably put it on the very top layer and write thank you. And then make sure that I select everything and change the size. Remember, when this turns into a little finger, you can bring the size down. There's thank you. Thank you, Mim. Get rid of the rest of that. Okay, and then put it where you want it, and so on. I can also change the color of the font by going here. It's always nice to pick a color that's already in the picture somewhere. So maybe I pick that blue. It doesn't work. I need something darker. So the green or the dark brown here. Any of those colors will look nice for your font. And then when you're finished with the whole thing, you're going to save it as a JPEG. So File, first of all, File Save, and then it'll save where you want it on your computer into your folder. And mine's on the desktop, but you know what it is. So there, I'm going to save it. And then I would save a copy. So File, Save a Copy. And make sure when you save that copy on your computer that you change this from a Photoshop to a JPEG. And that's the one that you get to me. So there you go. All right. Thank you. I love you. I miss you already. Go out and change your world for the better. Have a great day.